Welcome back, and thanks again for tuning in to episode 2. Some more great content from Eurobasket that I hope you really enjoy. But before we get started with this, let me just say, in case you missed it, I highly suggest you go back and get a recap of part 1. What is Eurobasket? That way, you get a complete understanding of how the Eurobasket website helps players in its totality and gives you a better understanding and correlation for this episode, part 2, where in this episode, we're talking about the Eurobasket Summer League. What is the Eurobasket Summer League, you ask? The ESL camps are hosted by Eurobasket. Yeah, the same people with the website and huge database for all basketball-related information like stats, records, and more. Thus, making the Eurobasket Summer League the most globally recognized basketball camp in the world, giving its guests, and I mean coaches and agents and team execs, as well as its attendees, the players, the best possible exposure available. So, just so you know, all camps are not created equal. Okay, and who participates in the Eurobasket Summer League? Honestly, the participants vary. It's a mixed bag, or for the video's sake, a mixed box, where you're not quite too sure who's going to show up and play in an ESL camp event. That's because the ESL has had guys from our 5 conferences play, as well as high and major conferences too. But the majority of attendees are coming from the low major D1, D2, D3, and NAIA level, just because they're trying to get more exposure and opportunity than they did in their regular season. Now, on the other hand, don't be surprised if you see some second-year pros who just finished their overseas season participating as well. Them along with G League guys who are trying to get European scouts to see them too, because not too many people understand how competitive the G League truly is. So you're going to see a full spectrum of talent there. So show up and handle your business. Now let's talk about the numbers. I know, I get it. You're probably thinking, come on, man. Does the Eurobasket Summer League really help players get signed to start their careers professionally? Or is it just a money grab? Well, let's take a look. Over 2,100 players in Eurobasket Summer League history have been picked up on teams both overseas and the G League. That's men and women combined. 42 G League guys to be specific. One of the biggest names for the G League guys is David Nwaba, who has been the first and only ESL participant to make an NBA roster, who currently plays with the Houston Rockets, but has also played with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Los Angeles Lakers as well. Teams from over 96 countries have picked up a player following an ESL camp. The top countries with the most ESL pickups are Germany, Spain, Portugal, Armenia, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, Mexico, Argentina, and Finland. And there were 767 former ESL participants who were on active rosters across 87 countries during the 2019-2020 season. So men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Now let's talk about some of the camp locations. Every year, usually in the summertime, Eurobasket has 5 major camps in 5 regions of the United States, with the major one being on the West Coast in Las Vegas. The Midwest location, which is normally in Chicago, is in Indianapolis this year because of COVID protocols. The East Coast, normally in New York City, but again, because of COVID, this year will be in Philadelphia. In the Southwest, you have the Dallas location. In the Southeast, you have the Atlanta location in Georgia, of course. Now, this allows players to be localized, so they don't have to feel like they're going too far and beyond to get exposure. And as a pro tip, if you have other friends you know that are going to this camp, maybe you guys will split the bill in terms of hotel and travel to lower the expenses in this investment. But remember, it's an investment, not an expense. Okay, it's starting to make sense, and I get all that, but how exactly does the ESL provide opportunity? Eyes, and more eyes. It's simple. Number one, it's the exposure aspect. The Eurobasket platform through their website, Facebook, Instagram has tons and tons of eyes looking at it all the time. Number two, the practices, games, and preparation with real professional overseas and G League basketball coaches is something that is unmatched. Number three, 3 live stream games that are available on YouTube and always accessible. Number 4, full stats, player rankings, advanced data analytics, and a highlight tape is provided as well. And number 5, you get to play in front of agents, coaches,
The more
execs.
eyes, the better.
It doesn't get much better than that. Well, that's all for this episode covering Eurobasket Summer Leagues in the States. Join us next time. In the next episode, we talk about Eurobasket Summer Leagues overseas.